Hello to everybody over on Facebook today. Happy Thursday? What day is it? Oh my God, this is great when you don't know what day it is. Truly living in the moment. I get to finally be an example of that for you. It's wonderful. Um, but hello, and also hello to everybody over on YouTube. I'm so happy to have you here. Want to give a shout out to Amber Lee. She's saying, hi, everybody. Love and light to everyone. Hi, Shelly Ham. Hi, Skinny Robert. It's so great to have you back, honestly. I love it. Rachel Shanahan. Hey, Rachel. I just usually say Rachel S. Pure Love Ascensions, greetings. Great topic today will be listening, Jamie. I love it. Our topic today. So if you've dropped in on these channels lately, you know that I have a mentorship group. I do this twice or like once a year, really. And we're getting to the end of the mentorship. And so now I'm interviewing the people that I've had a pleasure of hanging out with for the last 5.5 months and wanting you to get to know them. And today we have Pamela Warman. Oh, all of you are saying hi. It's so good to see you. Julian N. Scotty, you're back. Hi, Angie. Hi, Jennifer B. Tobin, Michelle Schneider, Nikki Ryan, Jamie S. You're here. Yay! This is wonderful. Wendy, good luck at your appointment. So today we're meeting Pamela Warman, and she is a modern day medicine woman. And so I want to preface that it has been so incredible to watch Pam unfold her gifts. She came into the mentorship completely sensitive, energetically sensitive, to touch, sight, sound, knowing, but especially to earth energies, Gaia, to spirit, and to animals. And she didn't really carry this title of medicine woman, but as she got so in touch with her abilities and her gifts, it was exactly the expression of words of who she is. So it's really great to simply say, here she is, modern medicine woman, earth guardian, where she hosts Gaia's energies and voice to help others, animal and people alike, to return to balance. And boy, have we been missing that. This is why it's so wonderful to have her with us today. So, Pam, hi, how are you?
Hello. I am good. A little nervous, but I am good. Coming out of the closet.
It's nice to have you here. I will say, Luminaires, when we were getting ready for this, we could not technically figure out a few things. So we just had this mental intense challenge with technology, iPads, computers, Google Links, all these things. So we're coming in with that kind of what energy, but totally ready to shift it. So Pam, I want to know a lot about how you got to where you are. And that's a big question. But if you could just highlight a little backstory for us, how you found your abilities, how you knew you were energy sensitive, and especially how did you discover your love for animals and the earth, especially Gaia medicine?
Okay. How I got here, I think, has been a path all along. I grew up riding horses, and as soon as I was about 20 years old, I was living in a farm in Chile. So my connection to the land and to animals has been there all along. I have to say that what I have discovered lately was an eye opener. Is that I thought everybody saw the world like I see it, and that's what I've just came to realize. Not everybody sees the world like I see it. Um, I talk to animals and plants, and I thought everybody did. It was the normal thing. So it's been a process. I have been obviously resisting my true essence, but with the guidance of spirit, I have found these. You guys must be familiar with the X Men movie where all these mutants go to these school, like everybody has a special power, and you go to the school where you're taught by, Captain Picard, how to become the best X-Men that you can be. And I feel that's what happened to me. I was guided to this mentorship group that Jamie does so beautifully. And with the help of the group and her, I have come out of the closet. I had to come to my loving heart and realize what is my purpose, what I am doing here. And that's what I am doing now. I feel like I am an old soul in an old woman's suit. And I've been trying to catch up to with my mission and my purpose. So here I am, trying to do the best that I can to my abilities.
I
Does
love
that
the
answer your question?
yes, yes. I love the I'm an old woman and I'm in an old woman's suit. It's just I don't know. It's delightful
An old
to look
soul.
at the imagery. An old soul in an old
It's an
woman's
old
suit.
soul.
Were you getting
I was told by spirit years ago that old souls like living in the land, and younger souls like living in the city. I did not know that, but it really resonates with me because I do not do well in the city. The concrete slab, um, I have to kind of cruise through it, but it's really difficult for me. It's overwhelming. The lights, the noise, the amount of people, and everything. So
well, did you ever live in the city when you were younger?
I grew up in Santiago, but back when I grew up, Santiago was, I don't know if there's any city left like that, like so few people that you knew all your neighbors, that you could ride your bike or motorcycle into town, even though you were a teenager or a smaller kid, because there was no dangers. People didn't drive in a rush like they do now. People stop at the lights, and people gave the way for other people. It was different back then. Like I said, I'm as also an old woman suit. I've been around a while. Life was different about 50 years ago or 60 years ago.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. I love the whole transitions that you're able to link. You've got some wonderful comments, especially from Mountain Medium Sean, is mentioning, I love how a lot of us are coming into our own and was very excited about the topic today, and also mentioned um, how this shift in people is to help our world. And Linda, the truth seeker,
Definitely.
says that you are a pure, beautiful soul. Her suit is beautiful. Isn't that
Thank
wonderful
you.
to hear?
Thank you so much. Thank you
Okay,
so much. I am
in,
very appreciative of my suit, actually.
in listening to you, your suit has an accent. Where where
Yes.
did you grow up?
I was born in Chile. I was born in Chile. My first language is Spanish. But I have to say though, when I was under 10 years old, I would stand on the toilet in my mom's bathroom and look at myself on the mirror and pretended to speak English fluently and call myself Pam, which is who I am now. Um, I did go, I was privileged because my parents were wealthy. So I went to an all girls private English school in Chile. So I did learn English also growing up. But I always knew I was going to come to the States. I always knew it. I did not know how. Even my father worked for American companies back in the day, and I figure out the green card. It's like, I'm going to get my dad to give me a green card and I'm moving to the US. But you couldn't do it. My father was like, no, you can't get a green card just because I work for Americans. So that didn't work. And eventually, what happened was that I started really early. I got married at 18. By 20, I had two kids and a farm. And obviously by 22, I realized I married the wrong person, or it wasn't going to last. So struggle became started. And struggle in my life has been a beacon of light. Struggle to me is that what presses you so much, like you're a fish and you try to grab a fish with your hands. So the more you squeeze it, eventually it's going to pop out. So that's what happened to me at 28 years old. I The pressure was so bad. And I'm To give you an idea of how bad it was, we had a dictator in Chile, and my father-in-law was the right hand man of that dictator. So, and divorce didn't exist, it wasn't legal. So there was no way out of what I was unless I wanted to go alone. I have to leave my kids behind, which at the time were 7 and 9. So the pressure of the struggle got so intense that there was no option. I had to leave, or I was going to get killed, or I was going to kill someone. That was really the parameter. So I left. And obviously, from that moment, a lot of things happened, right? I had a post traumatic syndrome for years from me believing that I was abandoning my kids. But more than that was that when you jump because the struggle is so big, immediately the opportunity is right there. There's opportunities that, and that's how the world works. So I learned that, and thankfully, or destiny, the bar for me was, you left your kids, lady. So is there anything from here on that is going to be that hard? There's nothing that can compare to leaving your kids, right? So jumping or feeling the struggle and jumping into the new is like what the fool does in the tarot cards. He just dives into the unknown because anything is better, and you're so innocent and believing that the universe is going to catch you that you just do it. And I done it. I want to say too much. I went to the other extreme. For me to stay here and set roots, it's really difficult because I got really good at change. Got really good at starting anew in a new town, in a new country, in a new state. It's easy, but it became a cop out for me. So right now, I am here. I'm setting roots, and I am connecting with all of you and saying, I'm not moving. I'm here to help you. This is the purpose of my life, to bring balance to the land, to bring balance to you, to tell you a bigger, broader perspective of what being healthy means. You are not healthy because you're a vegetarian or you do yoga 3 times a day. You're healthy because you are connected to the earth. The earth is your magnet. The moon is your magnet. We are here all together. We all know the words, but we need to realize that I had cancer, breast cancer. That was another struggle that did this to me. Like, okay, you're going to die. You're going to die. What are you going to do? All right, I'm jumping again. I left my husband, my house and mortgage, all my corporate business works that I had. And I decided, okay, I'm done. I'm not working for anybody else anymore. I'm going to walk the line. And I started my journey. That was 11 years ago that I had breast cancer. And breast cancer was the best thing ever happened to me. I have to say that with the hand on my heart, because the opportunities that started coming to me because I let go of everything that got me to that point, that I develop cancer. It's not that I got it, I develop it, I allow it to happen. I took responsibility and decided, okay, I'm going to find what does it mean to be healthy. I talked to my oncologist and he said, what are you talking about? I don't know. I just treat cancer. I don't know anything about other alternative things. I don't know what you need to eat to get healthy. So I did the research and I realized that, well, if we go into the food part of things, you have to eat things that are alive. We have grown used to go to the supermarket and buy everything that comes in a plastic box. You can do that every now and then, but you can't do it 4 days a week. You cannot. You have to eat food that is alive. It makes sense. The minute that a flower is cut from his stem, it starts dying. The minute the broccoli left the land, it starts dying. Then it goes to a truck. Then it goes into some huge refrigerator and stays there. It takes a long time for that broccoli to get to your plate. It's half dead. So why not plant your own food? If you don't have the space and you don't know how to do it, grow microgreens. Do you know that microgreens, there's a moment where the seed doesn't have a root, is not feeding from the soil, and doesn't have a leaf, so it's not feeding from the sun. So the whole potential of that seed is in it. It's like a little placenta on its own, and you can eat it. That is healthy. To be connected to where the food comes from, to be connected when the full moon is out there and it's pulling all your water, just like it does to the plants and the oceans. The moon pulls everything up and just makes you a little crazy. I've been called a witch before, but it's true. And those things are part of nature. We are the sons and daughters of Gaia. We are not random humans being that are just, I'm going to do this and I'm going to be an entrepreneur. We are connected in every single way. So my perspective on all of this is like, you don't have to become a farmer, but you can have a tray with microgreens in your windowsill. You can teach your kids how to grow microgreens. That's the easiest thing to do. And then you're teaching life. Is life what we need? We don't need more mechanical or electronics or clothes or cars. I mean, there's every car company is creating another vehicle, another model every year. Where do all the old ones go? Oh, Gaia will take care of it. Let's just make a dump up there and dump all these, cover it with dirt. Nobody sees it. It's all good. There is a I should say, I'm doing a lot of good things, but I'm also here to call you on your shit. And I hope that you call me on my shit too. Because the times have gotten to the point that there is not much time left. And we're getting all sick. It's not me saying it. Look around. Where have you been the last year? Confined because of illnesses, disease. It's really important to see what health really is and to acknowledge and learn the powers that we have that have been taken away from us. Our third eye, our intuition, telepathy. Those things are available for the one who pursues it. I have been practicing telepathy all my life with my mother because my mother used to think that we could do it. So I practice it and it happens that it works, you know. Um, what other thing that about health is important for me is that spirituality, it's part of the healing process. You can't be a wholesome human being if you're not spiritual. And religions have taken that role of trying to make people more spiritual, but they went kind of a little bit sideways because this is for everything. People, planet, profit, the three P's. You have to care for people, you have to care for the planet, and then you'll make profit. That's the line. There's no other way at this time in this planet. Anything that you start, it should consider the well being or the good of all, and especially the planet. Because I'm telling you, Gaia is going to shake us off like that, and we're done. So there'll be some left. Human species will start again. But wouldn't it be good to be part of the solution for real? Teach our grandchildren that when you're in school, kindergarten, you just teach them that everything around them is alive, everything is sentient, everything has something, an essence inside of it that needs to be acknowledged and honored. My website is called Sacred Gaia, and I call it Sacred Gaia. Separate the two words. Sacred is that has been around forever. It's eternal. A tree is sacred. Super easy to understand that a tree is sacred, right? But there's other things that are sacred too that are not so obvious. And those things need to be cared for as sacred so that we bring ourselves, our humanity, back to honoring the wind, the sun, the moon, the planets. We are in a huge space that it's expanding. We are part of that. We're not just observing it from my couch. We're part of it. We have to get in it and do it and talk about it. And if you don't know where to start and you need help, that's what I'm here for.
That's exactly
Oh
what I
my God, you
wanted
have
to
flashbacks.
say. Oh, I'm over here just like wiping my eyes and totally feeling my entire
Oh,
existence in your words. It's incredible. Yes, you do offer sessions. They can find that here on your website at sacred-gaia.com. And you do one-on-ones, you do remote, you have healing sessions, consultations. You do these, I forget what they're called. Cannoli. Yeah, it's not English. You have to help me. Where you take the walnuts and the cinnamon sticks and the feather.
oh, my yes, I do sacred objects. I make sacred tools and sacred objects because they're important.
There it is.
The purpose of these, I got a really pretty one here. Look at this. Whoop there. This is a talking stick. The natives used to have a talking stick. And so when you're talking, you hold it. You don't want to interrupt anybody. When you're done, you pass it to the other person to talk. Imagine if we did this with kids. But not only that, is the power of an object, it's your intention that does it. Intention is the most underestimated power that we have. In the FBI, they teach people, the upcoming guys, to not look at the person that they're following from behind, because the person will notice and turn around and see the FBI agent. And they're not spiritual. They know that it's true, right? So my intention, it's a power. It's an actual tool that I want. So I just did a summer solstice celebration. And during the months preparing for it, I created all these objects to give to the women that participated to plant a seed. But my purpose with the objects that I make is that it will remind them every time they look at it through the year about what we set out to do on that summer solstice, which is plant seeds on other people. It's just that very, very simple. But the intention, I love intention. I just love intention, because when you get a hold of it, it's great.
I got an
There's a little
opportunity. You
magic.
shared a few, it is magic. You shared a few pictures of your gathering and it looked incredible. I wanted to pause here and share a few. You have a ton of comments coming in. Amber Lee is a shamanic medicine woman, and she is out there going, I'd love to get together. So we did post Pam's email and her website. So Amber, you can find her over there. You guys can connect. Jessica Cox was totally loving your share about farm to table food. You know, when you're talking about the broccoli and the seeds and the growing, she just harvested her first kale and she said it tasted so good and yummy. So that was really nice. Evergreen says, I just love
Yeah.
listening to you. Can't get enough of it. And there was one really interesting question from Sarah Rossi, and she is saying that she just got back from the Yucatan Peninsula, and the sargasso, is that how you say it? Sargasso weed is taking over the beautiful
Sargasso.
beaches in Mexico. She said it's terribly sad. What do you recommend they do? Even though I know you're not a horticulturalist, you really vibe with Gaia. What's it like when somebody says, I've got this species of plant that doesn't belong here and it's, you know, growing over us? How do we respect that but still take care of the natural habitat?
How would
Interesting,
we,
right?
how I'm gonna just throw that back at her. Um, for one, think about dandelions. Dandelions have been fought by Monsanto since I don't know how many years, with the worst poison that is poisoning us eventually. But the dandelions are still there. They have managed to stay. When I garden or in my farm, when I see a species or a weed that is invasive, I pull it out and I give it to the goats. End of story. But um, there's another species that is gotten out of control, and it's not a plant, it's us. We have grown out of control. And I am sorry, there's a lot of people that are not going to be in agreement with me, but I really do think that the the Gaia knows better. Gaia is wiser beyond our imagination. She is alive. Practice Gaia theory. That was my thing for many years. Gaia is alive and she can restore anything and everything whenever she wants. She's going through a process right now. She's growing, she's evolving. Her evolution of a planet continues. It's not stagnant. It's not a little ball that turns around on a thing axis. It's not like that. She's growing, she's changing. So are each one of us. So with the weeds, like plastic on the beach, I would say that the purpose of those invasive species are for us to take action. If you see a young kid, like a 10-year-old, picking up plastic at the beach, you get touched, you get moved. The same thing has to happen with the invasive species. Remove them, pick them up, put it in a bag, use your intention for what you're doing, not just, walking around like you don't know what you're doing. Everything, if everybody gets together and does the same thing, beautiful results are obtained. And don't call everything a weed, because when they become invasive, there's a reason for it. No, it's not all that, easy to say, okay, you know, dandelions are everywhere and I want lawn. What is lawn, really? I suggest to be more respectful of Gaia before calling weeds just weeds.
I love that.
Although there are pretty invasive species, though.
Yeah, we have several here in the South. We have kudzu, but this is it's so fascinating.
Oh
I
my God,
wanted to
blackberry. What about blackberry?
oh God, huge. I wanted to mention at least two more things before we wrap it up. And you've been so gracious with your time. But you make these products. You make a salve, like a paste that
A
you
balm,
actually have
yes.
sent me,
A healing
balm.
balm.
Yes, that I have used. Actually, I keep it at my desk here at the office, and I rub it on my neck, my shoulders, where my traditional pain is, and it is incredible. So I mentioned that a little nervously because I know if I want more, I hope it's available. And if everybody figures out if it works really good, like it does,
No,
it's gonna fly
there's
off the
plenty
shelf.
of it. There's plenty of it.
It
What
is
I am out
wonderful.
of, actually right now I'm out of these ones, but
So
I do have a ton of balm and oil. The balm and oil has been an experiment of intention. I put the seeds in my under my tongue, and I bless them. I put music, and then I plant them. And when I plant them, I do my ceremony, and it's all sacred, right? It's a sacred journey that you're starting with the seed. Then the plant starts growing, and you water it with intention. Plants can talk to me. I know that doesn't happen to everybody, but plants know when you're coming, and they can talk to you and tell you what they need. What the important thing about that is that you can talk to them and tell them what you need. So my plants grew knowing that they're going to become this balm, and you're going to reach people and heal them. You're going to bring relief to any ache that you might have. Your neck is sore, you have arthritis, your knees are, totally busted from skiing 15 years or 30 years. Anything that you need relief from, this balm will give it to you, because I put my intention from that I was successful at it, besides like what you're saying so gracefully that you enjoy
oh,
it so much, is when it's cooling down, five dots show up forming a pentagon. You explain to me what that is. How is it that my balm, when it's cooling down, I can't explain it, but it's there, and there's photos. I have photos of it. So anybody can do it. You just have to believe it. Believe it.
your camera and sound is going in and out just a little bit. So I wanted to reinstate that she's saying that when she makes the balm and it's cooling down, that the moisture on top of it is in the shape of a pentagon. Is that what you're saying? Like it's coming up in patterns, and she's
I
taking
am.
photographs of it. So we hope to see those photographs one day. I
Yes, ma'am.
know we're wrapping up here. You have so many incredible comments. I'm hoping you'll take the time after our interview to look through the comments and respond, especially to Dan Fulgham was asking, have you ever heard of an earth walk? Like that sounds like a really great conversation to have. So much is happening. But for me, I like to ask this one question to everybody that I hang out with and talk to. And it's like picking your mind or your soul a little bit and asking, do you have a golden nugget, an affirmation, a mantra, an action, something that you use on a day-to-day basis that helps you stay in alignment with your greater purpose? And if you do you can you share it with us as parting words?
Of course. That I'm going to give to you, and probably you heard it many times, but I'm going to say it now, and you're going to remember it, because that's my intention. Shoes off. your energetic field around you. You all know luminaires. Can I call you Lumigaians? I'm gonna make a new Lumigaians. Lumigaians, take your shoes off. The energetic field around you goes into the ground 12 inches. But if you have shoes with rubber underneath it, the energy that is supposed to come up your feet does not, because the rubber is there. So to me, the mode coming into my essence, the main thing that I received from spirit to do was to slow down. And I couldn't. I did not know how to slow down. So how do you slow down? The only way that I could slow down was taking my shoes off. I do grounding. I have a grounding mat in my bed that I sleep on, but and I put my hands on dirt every day, so I'm getting connected to Gaia. But taking my shoes off made me and slowed me down so much that I was able to catch up with my essence. My essence doesn't move as fast as I do. It moves slower. It has the rhythm of Gaia, the pulse of Gaia. Boom, 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 boom. It's really to-do list is here. I gotta do this. I gotta water. I gotta feed the animals. Slow down. Take your shoes off. That's my advice. And your life will change. I hope this is a new hashtag, Lumigaians.
It's totally a
Can you
new
hear
one, and I
Jamie?
love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, everybody here is absolutely commenting on how great it is, and you have shares that even Amberly was having a conversation with her yard about this, today. Linda, the truth seeker, how do you become a luminaire? If you are a person who shines light, you are a luminaire. It is what we call people who show up. And we break it down into these fun little phrases. I have Luma kittens at home right now, and Luma ferrets. And to hear Pam, you call us Luma Gaians. Ah, I love it. I absolutely love it. Everyone is giving tons of thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. This is wonderful. Pam, again, I'm so grateful, especially for you just taking the mic and running with it. And this is the best way to experience you and how you channel energy. And if luminaires, you found yourself like in that jam, just listening and absorbing the words, it's very similar to how her healing work is, which she has her sessions up on her website that we've posted. To get a discount, to get 15% off, please email her. Her email is posted in the chat thread, pam@sacred-gaia.com, and say that you're a luminaire, and she will set you up with a discount. Pam, I can't thank you enough for being here. You beautiful modern day medicine woman holding our feet to the ground for Gaia. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, I'm
Thank
so
you,
happy for you. I
Jamie.
feel like
Thank
crying.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
And for everybody watching, thank you so much for lending us your time, your eyes, your ears, your heart. Choose happiness. Remember, this is not woo-woo. It's true. I'll be back here around 1:20. That's 20 minutes after the next hour. And I'll be hanging out with Rachel Ashby, who is also in the mentorship program. She's an animal communicator, and she paints animal aura, like huge pieces of healing embedded with Reiki and crystals artwork. It's really incredible. Ah, Pam, you're wonderful. Say bye, luminaires. Bye.
Thank you.